U.S. President Bill Clinton is hosting an Israeli-Palestinian summit starting Tuesday at Camp David, the mountaintop presidential retreat outside Washington. He made the announcement at the White House last week.
The objective is to reach an agreement on the core issues that have fueled half-century of conflict between Israelis and Palestinians.
President Clinton explained why he thinks now is the time for a summit between Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak and Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat.
The negotiators have reached an impasse. Movement now depends on historic decisions that only the two leaders can make. I will be there with them, and I intend to do all I can to help them in this endeavor. But to delay this gathering, to remain stalled, is simply no longer an option. For the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as all of us have seen, knows no status quo. It can move forward toward real peace, or it can slide back into turmoil.
Camp David was the site of the 1978 historic summit between Israel and Egypt, which produced the Camp David Accords. Mr. Clinton says he hopes the setting will inspire the two sides to resolve their differences. But he also cautions there is no guarantee the summit will actually be a success. In fact, neither the Israelis nor the Palestinians are expressing optimism about its outcome. But the parties are facing a self-imposed September 13th deadline for a peace agreement, and they still have all the so-called permanent status issues to work out. One issue, the permanent borders between Israel and a Palestinian state. The Palestinians want Israel to give up the entire West Bank and Gaza Strip, evacuate all the Jewish settlements in those predominantly Palestinian territories, and withdraw to the border that existed before the 1967 Middle East War, when Israel captured those areas. Israel says it wants to retain control over the main Jewish settlements on the West Bank and in Gaza. Another issue, the future of Jerusalem. The Palestinians want to establish their capital in East Jerusalem. The Israelis say Jerusalem must remain under Israeli control. A third issue, the fate of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees who want to return to what is now Israeli land. The Palestinians say refugees from the 1948 war have the right to return. The Israelis say the refugees will not be allowed to return. It is those differences which need to be resolved before a peace agreement can be reached.